Hi everyone, I'm greeting you very, very warmly from Germany, where I had unpleasant and pleasant experience with the police, and I will tell you about it because perhaps some of you who live here or any other part of the world maybe can get inspired by this one. It happened to me, and everything I believe happens for the reason. So before I get to that, I just shortly will remind, because I really appreciate a lot of new people subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you didn't have a chance yet to walk through it and pick what is your interest, I invite you to take a walk and pick only those videos that are interesting for you, and the rest just ignore, because the idea of this YouTube channel was to inspire, to grow, to share, and to link art, scientific thought with unknown, something so-called taboo. And I'm trying to do, I'm making the attempt in my books about it to link the reality with the unknown world, perceiving that is perceived through a lot of people by now, and I'm always happy to hear about it from you. These are great stories. So it was basically through art at the beginning, dance, word, music. And because I also have some small group of people that I'm teaching, that small group of clients that I'm coaching, linking different schools of helping self-growth, then it's easier for me to do a short video instead of taking phone calls from 30 people and talking about the same subject. And by giving a short tips, when you give me feedback, then I know if something works for you, and when it doesn't work, I know exactly what didn't work, so I can access it, I can reframe it, I can work on it, and I can bring you a better content, hopefully. And because I like it also that this is not a one-person show, as nobody can occupy all the roles like in theater or film. I started to invite guests, and I hope that these videos are very inspiring for you, because I would like to share and link also different perspectives, sometimes oppositions, because when it sparks, it brings growth. Of course, this, metaphorically speaking, flame is supposed to be like a safe fire that we get cozy around, have a great discussion, not like is happening recently all over the world. So I would like it to be a safe spot for that you share, that is a dialogue, not just a monologue of me or somebody. So my interviews are switching now more toward the conversations, toward something that can be more inspiring. And I would like to also stay away from whatever I'm saying or my guess that is ultimate true, or you have to agree. You do not have to agree, and please verify everything what I'm saying, everything what my guests are saying, because what I would like to promote, and I'm going to repeat that over and over probably, the most important for me is common sense. Even if some of you claim that you do magic or you do prayer or you follow certain religion, even those things like magic have a certain logic. And very much, if someone studied the different schools of magic, it's very similar to quantum physics. Those laws are very similar. And then if you link that with philosophy, with psychology, you will find similarity everywhere. So please verify and do not believe everything what you are hearing. And coming back to what that was about, my little experience with the police in Germany recently, it was about masks. So I got into the trap. As you know, the regulations in Germany and probably all over the world are rotating, changing, and recently we started to get back to work. Some started to work already in the fitness. The schools are opening slowly. the dance schools, the music schools, and people have this regulation to stay some meters away from each other. So I of course, I wear the mask to the store. You're not going to enter the store without a mask. But when I entered that tram, it was a Sunday, there were maybe 8 meters away, there was maybe 4 more people in that tram, really not many. So, and I was busy with creating my program for the people that I was about to take care of and work with. So I completely forgot about it, to be honest. And it happened that I suspect that just whether, I don't think that the police is just, you know, going and looking at the tram, although that is happening too, but maybe they were called by someone, maybe they were alarmed. And there was another man who was taken out of there, and they started to scream. And when I hear that, I am very feeling person, so I have a certain reaction to that. I a little bit froze and I waited what's going to happen. And because I did a number of interviews with the Polish person named Siegfried, he claimed he knows how to deal with police, and he won a number of cases in the court about different matters, and he is saying a lot of interesting stuff that I cannot verify. I don't know the law, but that was a really big chance. So I called him if he could talk to them. So there were two police officers there, and he spoke very calmly, good German, very calmly, and they didn't know what to do. So what happened? Another police car came. So now we have 4 guys, and they telling me if I'm not going to show the ID, they are going to take it from me. And that happened. They took it from my bag. As we know, there are 3 types of reaction. Just to remind you, I'm talking about this freezing, running away, or attacking. That's when something in the life is happening. We always react in one of these forms. And I froze. At that point, I froze. I felt threatened, and as I'm feeling also, they were not so sure of themselves too. What I felt personally, it was the tension, not only for me, but also they had to deal with a numbers of protests in here. There was this time, so the police is also affected by that. Now I try to understand the position of them, because they have to deal with people every day. This for me is an incident. I chose to get back to my work. I didn't go with them. I had a choice. If I don't give my ID, I have to go with them. So I chose. I could stay in that situation, but imagine if they are working in this stressful environment, what it does to them. Even if their structure, psychological structure is strong, how you say strong, but just, you know, different. Not everybody is perceiving every small detail. I think we do, all of us, in a certain way, but not everybody can pay attention or is just dismissing it better than others. So I think it plays a role to ask yourself, if you are going to be in that situation, what you really want to do, because this is an incident, and I could fight for my rights. I could continue this, and maybe that person's secret could even come. I don't know. But what would I win here? And would that situation help me, my health? Would that situation help them when they are under stress, under pressure already? And what the world would benefit really from it? So these are just questions that if you are going to be in a certain situation, what is really worth it? I know that some of us, we don't have that choice. We are put in a certain situation that we do not have choice. But before that happens, before that is led to the certain situation, we do have a slight choice before. And some people who train, who practice martial arts, and of course one of my favorite idols is Bruce Lee. There is this teaching, but every martial artist will teach you about attentiveness before the incident. There is a special vibe, a special feeling, a special walk, talk, and something special that before you get surprised, because I was surprised, I didn't see these police officers, but some of the people are turning in a different corner, different street, and before something happens, we have a little signs. If you participate in the self-defense courses, you know that the most important thing is to pay attention to your environment before you get into any situation. And another thing, if you are in this situation that you do not have choice, some of us, they are panicking in a different way, so they are running away. If you're running away, police officers will follow you. That's obvious. Now, if a woman is surrounded by 4 people, what chances do you have? Because even Bruce Lee said that, well, with one guy, you can maybe trick him by punching in the certain spots of the body, and you get 2-3 seconds to run as fast as you can away, as further away you can. But that's all you can get. And we know very well in life it looks differently. I saw these, and of course, if I am faced with different situation and my imagination is really wild, and also my past, so I'm also responding through, and all of us, so this is something I think it's important, through our structure, how our structure, psychological structure, I mean, is settled within us, and what kind of experiences we had. Because me, living in Poland, I didn't have quite positive experiences with police. And to be honest, I give you just one example from this. It happened that in Poland, I passed the border between Poland and Germany in Świnoujście by reading a book. So I had no time. I was, doing my school, and I didn't want to waste any moment. So I was reading books while walking, and I don't know how I was doing it. Probably that would not happen these days, but I was just walking for the city, for the beach, and reading my book. And this is how I didn't see, because the border kind of fell down. This chain fell down through the water. The sea was maybe there was a storm, and I passed the border. And in the moment, I heard this low voice, and I turned. There was a big policeman, a military man, German. This halt. To stand up and to stay and, raise your hands. And I was asked to come with him. And of course, I was a teenager, so nothing really happened. But it was a scary experience in itself. And there were a few worse experiences in my life, which I'm not going to mention. I will just tell you a little bit more funny starting experience with American police. So how ironic that is. I actually had good experience with American police, and I described it in a book Oracle 4, and this book will come out soon, I hope. But just to tell you a little bit, the beginning of that, I got lost in the New Haven, and I was running, and I couldn't find the address, and I forgot everything. I had no phone, I had no number, I could not reach nobody, and apparently I forgot the address. So what now? And the police asked me, so how long are you running already? How long you are jogging? And I said, I don't know, guys. I think it's just, 50 minutes, hour. So they started to laugh at me and started, oh, we have Forrest Gump here. So that started a very funny story I had with the police, and I appreciate very much. And one more time to tell you, whenever you find yourself in a different confrontational situation, if you have a choice, you have certain questions to ask yourself before you make a decision. If you don't have, there is those reactions, and depending on how your body is structured, your body is going to pick one of those three reactions. And if you're training, practicing martial arts, there is a way to refocus and reprogram your primary reaction to what's happening. That is possible. So I think it's important, just if you have a choice, to ask these questions. Who am I helping by going to the police? I could go with these guys to the police. We could have an argument. I could call this Polish guy and he could fight for me. I don't know, anything can happen, but would that really serve me, my health, the police officers? You know, I'm trying to put myself in the situation of somebody else, because I do have this belief that the world, the outside world, is sort of our mirror. So we draw certain situations to ourselves. I drew that incident, apparently, to my life in order something to happen. Maybe to gain a little bit more understanding, because frankly, if I would not go through a lot of difficult situations in my life, I would not be able to help some of my people who are coming to me, some of my clients. So I find it positive, and even the difficult situation, I am trying to turn it into something constructive. It wasn't pleasant. I do not recommend. But in case something like that happens to you, as long as you have a choice, think of those questions and choose the best one for yourself and for those around you in your environment. So with that, I thank you very much. Please share, subscribe if you can, if you like to. Share with me your ideas. I should probably update you. Well, most of you actually are following the guidelines of what's happening, the rules about what we have right now in Germany, some of you who live here, so you know. But also, if you have more information, the specific links, share in the comments. I would appreciate that. And stay well, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.